Thanks to be with us today. We are going to talk about French Engineering School, EPF. EPF is a graduate school of engineering founded in 1925, which offers a multitude of programs for students interested in studying engineering in France. And to talk about all of its program, I'm very pleased to welcome Dana Oprisan, Assistant Professor, International Relations Manager in charge of relations with Asian countries. Hi, Dana.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks a lot to be there with us. We're also with Stefan Seiler, Director for Global Engagement. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present EPF.
And thanks to be there. And we are with Nicola Béraud. Hi.
Hello.
You're a student here at EPF in the last year of the school. So my question is going to be really easy. The first question, can you introduce yourself in few words? I will begin with you, Stefan.
Yeah, so I'm Stefan Seiler. I'm the Director of Global Engagement and also the Director of International Relations. Yes, and I'm in charge of recruitment, student recruitment, and making sure that all international students are welcome and feel well at EPF.
Same question for you, Dana.
My name is again Dana Oprisan. I'm an associate professor at EPF starting this year, which is kind of very exciting for me, especially because my background involves medical school, architecture school, and sustainable design. So I'm in the right place for welcoming the world here at EPF. With an experience in Romania, United States, and now in France, at a school that really offers a global training.
And last but not least, Nicola, can you introduce yourself?
Sure, so I am Nicolas Béraud, I am 23 years old, and I am in my fifth and last year at EPF, and for this year I am also in a double degree at the Paris Observatory.
Stefan, can you talk a little bit about EPF, its history, the training courses and the diplomas you offer?
Sure, with pleasure. EPF Graduate School of Engineering was founded in 1925 as a women's engineering school at the beginning, okay, but now we are co-ed, okay, since 1994, so we have girls and boys, and donc, we are a generalist engineering school, okay? That means that we train students in all kind of fundamentals they need to become engineers, okay? All kind of topics, okay? I will explain it a little bit later, I guess, okay?
Yeah,
but
course.
Generalist studies.
And where is the school located?
We have three campuses, okay? We have the main campus in Sceaux. We will soon move to Cachan, but for now it's in Sceaux, which is next to Paris. We have another campus in Troyes. Dana is on the Troyes campus, and in Montpellier.
And how do the students choose between the campuses? Is there different courses or is it the same in the three campuses?
During the undergraduate studies, there is no difference, okay? The students will study all topics. It's the same program on all three campuses, okay? But after their undergraduate studies, they can choose the campus according to the major, according to the master program they look for, they choose.
Where did you choose to study, Nicola?
I chose to study in Sceaux because there is a space on aeronautic major, and that's why I'm in Sceaux.
And you went there. Not Nicola, Stefan, can you talk a little bit about the bachelor degree cycle?
Yeah. Let's say we have to distinguish. There are, first of all, the 3 years undergraduate cycle, okay, because we are a generalist engineering school, and the 3 years undergraduate cycle, they lead for a majority of our students to after the master to the French engineering degree. And the 3 years undergraduate cycle is, let's say, a cycle where students touch on all kind of fundamentals they need to specialize afterwards and to become good engineers. That means they do biology, engineering sciences, mechanics, they do project management, they do law, they do all they need, chemistry, all they need in order to have the fundamentals. And after 3 years, then they specialize, they choose their major in order to go forward to the engineering degree. And then we have specialized bachelors, okay, for instance, in energy efficiency and in IT, okay, where students can start from the beginning in a specific bachelor.
Dana, in which languages are the courses taught?
So here on TRA, we have most of our classes taught on English, and starting with next academic year, September 2021, we will have absolutely all classes taught in English. So anybody can attend the classes without any special preparation in French. And yes, we are working on this program.
Nicola, why did you choose to study at the EPF?
First, because it is a generalist school of engineering, and because I had the opportunity also to study space and aeronautics. And for my part, I appreciate to study space in particular, and that's why also I chose to do this double degree at the Paris Observatory.
And you already knew when you were in high school that you wanted to study in the space network? Yes.
This attraction for space comes from my high school, and also from during my 3 years before EPF also.
And Stefan, what are the other major areas of specialization at EPF?
We have 9 majors, ranging from, again, we are generalist engineering school, ranging from materials and structures, engineering and management, information technology, data engineering, aeronautics, urbanism and sustainable architecture, environment, and energy. So you see there is a broad range, okay, of majors. Innovation, we will talk about it a little bit later, in innovation and entrepreneurship. So there is a large range of possibilities on the master level.
And Dana, you propose some master programs in English. Can you describe a little bit what they are?
So here in TRA, we have 3 programs. One of them is a summer school, and 2 are the master degrees. So the master degrees that we have here, first of all, it's the sustainable architectural engineering, which is taught for this year partly in English, but totally in English starting with next academic year. And it's a master degree that offers very many possibilities for engineers passionate by buildings. So they will also have architectural knowledges, sustainability knowledges, and engineering knowledges to support and contribute to the sustainable building of the future. Also, they have the possibility, if they are passionate about the architectural side, to continue their architectural studies with our partner university in Belgium. The second master degree that we have here, it's actually a masterized. It's a 1-year super exciting program for engineer, designers, or other students with a background in management that can attend our innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship program. This gives very many possibilities to the graduates to go into innovation department, to innovation, business innovation, innovations in engineering, and basically build new solutions for future sustainable design.
And you also have a French-Chinese pathway to EPF. Can you talk a little bit about that, Dana?
Yes, we also have a French-Chinese pathway at EPF. It's very exciting for us because we are looking very much into putting together cultures, and especially the East and the West cultures are so diverse. And for this, we value very much this blending between the wisdom of the East and the modern elements from East, and also combined with the modern elements from West.
Yeah. Perhaps just to complete a little bit, what makes it a little bit special, the French-Chinese pathway, is that we recruit students after high school in China. Okay, then we train them in French language. Okay, for several months. Okay, and then after several months of French as a foreign language, okay, special for engineers, then they join the TRA campus. Okay, the first year of the TRA campus, and they do all the curriculum until the engineering degree. Okay.
Stefan, one of the specificities of the school is the importance of values. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. Again, you know, we were founded as a women's engineering school, even if now we have a lot of boys, sure. Okay. But what makes us a little bit special is that we really want to make sure that our students are well trained, that they are not only students, that they are also citizens. Okay, and as a citizens, they have to defend several values. So that means that we look for giving more opportunities to girls. We fight against racism. Okay, we want students to be aware of the necessity to protect the environment and so on. So there are core values, and all our students should, let's say, represent these core values.
Let's talk now about the admission process. Dana, in which years is it possible to join the school?
So for TRA, right now we have the full program. So we have the license cycles of 3 years. And then we have the master program, which the main one is Sustainable Architectural Engineering, which is joined in the 4th year starting with the 4th year of study. And we have the masterized, which is valid for the 5th year of study, and it addresses students from our campus or from other campuses or universities with a background in engineering, management, or design.
And what are the prerequisites in terms of diploma for the post-bac integration?
Let's say students, they can join EPF after their A-level, after high school, okay? But they can also join us after 1 year of studies, 2 years of studies, 3 years of studies, or 4 years of studies. So they can join us after high school or after the bachelor's. The prerequisites, it's quite easy, okay? They should have, let's say, either their A-level or, let's say, a bachelor diploma, and it should be a good one, okay? Yeah. So they should have very good marks, okay? They should have at least a certain background in engineering sciences, okay? Let's say in all topics that they need to become a good engineer, okay? So that means physics, mathematics, and so on, but also languages, okay? Yeah, and then it's quite easy because then they just have to hand in, let's say, all their dossier, okay? They have to hand in their transcripts, their diploma, and so on and so on. That can be done on our website, okay? They just have to hand in to apply, okay? It's a simple application, okay? But they have to make sure that they are convincing, okay? And then we organize an oral exam, okay, with them, an interview, okay, in order to see whether we can admit them or not, okay? But let's say they should be open-minded, they should have a lot of motivation, and sure, they should have very good marks.
Nicola, what was your profile in high school? You were one of the top students of your class, or you were really good in science? How was it?
Yeah, I was quite good in science, and yeah, in the top of the class. But I think after you can progress in after high school also to integrate EPF without problem.
And can you talk a little bit about the oral part of the admission process? How was it for you? What kind of questions were asked, and was it difficult?
So he asked me my motivation to integrate EPF, why I wanted to do these studies, and also we were in team of 4 or 5 students, and he asked us to build a bridge with some small pieces of wood, and after he asked some question about the bridge and technical questions. So it was quite fun for this part, and after I was maybe a bit more stressed by the interview, but it went very well actually.
And is it possible when you live abroad, outside the country, outside France, to do it via Zoom or another platform? Or do you have to be at the school for the oral parts?
No, you can do it. Let's say those of the students who live near of one of our campuses can do it in presence, but we can accept Skype or Zoom or Teams interview and so on, especially by the time being at the moment, okay, we are quite flexible on this, so no problem.
And how many international students do you accept each year?
We have no quota, okay, so then let's say if we find a good student, then we can accept him. So there is no limit for recruitment. At the moment at the school, we have about 15% of international students, but we are, let's say, quite flexible. That means if a student is convincing, okay, if we have a good international student, we can accept him. So there is no limit, there is no quota, okay, for the recruitment of international students.
And what is the schedule to apply to the school?
Let's say now, applications are open already, okay, since December 7th, and the application will be open until the 15th of July, okay. And as I said, they can just go on our website, fill out the application form, but then hand in convincing documents, okay. And then let's say, if the documents are convincing and so on, we will invite them for an interview.
Nicola, what would be your advice to succeed in the admission to EPF?
First, I think you must be open-minded and have interest in France, be curious about the culture, gastronomy, etc. And also, even if the courses will be in English, I think it can be good if you know some basic words in French to survive in the daily life. And I encourage you also to prepare your interview to show that you're motivated, that you know the specifics of the school, and that you're willing to study in France, and in particular at EPF.
That's cool. Another question for you, Dana. We'll talk about courses, class, the different organizations. How are the courses organized, the mix between theoretical and practical courses?
Well, here it's a lot of science and efforts that we put into creating a very efficient pedagogic system that it is able to develop both hard and soft skills for the students. And first of all, the students have 2 internships during the master program, which is the first one will give them the opportunity to understand better what they are going to study, and maybe a little bit orient or make a change if they feel like it's not for them. And the second semester is followed by the courses, which we have an innovative pedagogic cell here at EPF, which works hard in creating different kind of blended learning classes, flipped classes. That means the students also are available to present to presentations and lectures, but also they have a lot of videos for improving their knowledge. They have a lot of practical projects. They are just from real life. And the work is supervised by professors, but also by practitioners. We also have lecturers from different kind of organizations or governmental organizations that align the students with all the existing situation and topics. And on the other hand, we also have a lot of teamwork, a lot of challenging projects that will develop the soft skills. So the students will be prepared to not only to respond to the needs of the present, but also to respond the needs of the future, be innovative and flexible in their approach for the projects, for future projects.
Nicola, in your point of view, what are the strengths of EPF pedagogy? Stefan, sorry, it was for you, Stefan. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I think it's a kind of, it's let's say, the mixture of hard skills and soft skills, and it's the mixture of, let's say, at the beginning through the undergraduate studies, I think it's really that they get to know all kind of fundamentals in engineering. So that means when they are confronted in professional life afterwards, okay, so they know to handle problems in all kind of areas. And again, it's the teamwork and the project-based learning. That means we ask professionals coming from not only academics, we have permanent professors, but we ask professionals coming from the industry, coming from Airbus and other enterprises, that they teach at EPF. So they bring their knowledge and they bring their experience, okay, and students can profit from them. So there is project learning, but there is also innovation, okay, because students, they have to find out and solve problems by themselves and show their academic knowledge, academic basics, okay. And I think all of this is a good mixture and really prepares very well the students for their professional life.
Nicola, the particularity of the school is to offer a project-based pedagogy. Can you describe the project you had to do during your studies?
Yes, I can describe one in particular. It's the drone project. We had to build a drone from A to Z, from the design and also to assemble the pieces. And the drone test will be at the end of January. And we were in a group of 7 students, and we had to separate the different tasks between us, and also it was more difficult this year because we had to work at home, but now it's possible to assemble the drone and to make tests.
Stefan, how did the EPF adapt its pedagogy to the sanitary constraints that we all know?
I can assure everyone, okay, that we really take care of this aspect. Okay, we want to be all our students safe, all our employees and professors and so on and so on. So we really strictly respect all sanitary measures. Okay, but we introduce a lot of flexibility. That means a small group of students, when they go to labs, some labs and so on, or some project work, okay, then they can come to the school. Okay, even if we avoid to have big groups and so on, and other students, especially international students and so on, they can follow the lectures at distance, and sometimes it's also a new technology. It's what we call a co-model technology. That means some students are in the classroom and others, okay, are at distance, okay, and they have the possibility to be together, okay, some in the classrooms and others via Teams and other technology, okay. So, but again, we strictly respect all sanitary measures, okay, at the moment, okay.
Nicola, let's go further in the details. Can you tell us what were the courses you followed during the first year of the school?
During the first year, I had a course of space mechanics. So it aims at calculating orbit and position of satellites around the Earth, for example, and also courses of launcher, design launcher, structure of launcher, and also a course, for example, of statistics, but also English courses, and many other, like for example, about mechanics and materials.
And with all the courses you had during the 5 years of studies, what was your favorite class?
I think it was during my 4th years, and it was the course of space mechanics, because it's really my favorite domains. Yeah.
And in which year, Nicola, is it possible to take a major? Stefan, it was for you. I'm really sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, again, all students, okay, when they come to EPF, okay, they do the first 3 years of undergraduate studies. Some international students, they join us directly for the 4th year, for the master level. But then, you know, the majors, they are 2 years, okay, and normally our students, let's say the French students, okay, when they are already there, they choose their major, their master, at the end of the 3rd year, okay. But some international students, they may join us after their bachelor's degree, okay, coming from elsewhere, and then they start their specialization directly. Okay.
Let's talk now about the student life. Dana, how do you support international students through the various administrative procedures to come here to study?
So first of all, we take care of their accommodation. So this has 2 passes. It's the accommodation with the classes. So they have first semester an integrative semester, so they can get integrated into the master program. They get integrated a little bit with the French language. They also improve their English studies. And then the second, we always are here for any consultation or answer any questions on one hand. On the other hand, we have a very strong support with our colleagues from international department, who will absolutely take care of them in any regard, from take care of their accommodation, taking care of any specific needs, including medical needs, especially in this time with the pandemic. Our colleague visited the international students once a week at home, and we offered all the support that they needed for going through these a little bit difficult times. And then we also, and it's not the least actually, cultivate an international spirit, a multinational approach to culture. So students feel at home here. Everybody is open. They don't have to isolate from their colleagues. Everybody is welcoming them very nicely.
And Dana, is there student housing on campus?
No, we don't have student housing on campus, but we have residencies for students with which we collaborate, which are very easy and very accessible for the school. So the students have all the conditions like living on a campus.
Nicola, can you describe your accommodation? Where do you live?
I have my own flight. I rent a flat near so, and I have to take the bus to go to the EPF, but it's quite close. Yes.
How much are the fees for EPF, Stefan?
Yeah, let's say for the generalist studies, an academic year is approximately 8,400 euros. Okay, it may vary a little bit depending on some programs. Okay, for instance, the Master ICE, the innovation program, is a little bit more expensive. Others, bachelors and so on, a little bit less. Okay, so but approximately it's 8,400 euros and per academic year.
And is it possible to have scholarships?
Let's say it's really depending on the situation of each student. Okay, we analyze the situation of each student. Okay, and then we can, according to the social criteria and so on, award scholarships. It's not a general rule, okay, so we can't give scholarships to everyone, but that is normal, okay, but really we analyze the situation of each student. And then, according to the mobility they do, according to the program they choose and so on, them are partners and some specific scholarships are available, but it's really depending on the individual situation and on the program chosen.
And Nicola, how is the student life on campus? Is it a good student life? Do you have a lot of events to have good times with your colleagues?
Yeah, in normal time, yes. In 2020, no, but in normal time, yes. And at EPF, there are many associations in different domains. And in so the life is also very pleasant. There are not a huge apartment block, but it's mainly several individual houses, and there is also a beautiful and huge park, the Park of So, with castle, gardens, basins. So the life is quite pleasant and calm. But if you want to have a more hectic life, you can go to Paris for parties with friends or to visit monuments and museums, for example.
It's the same for all the different campuses?
It is the same. There's a vibrant student life, even if students should work hard and not only doing parties and so on. Yeah, but no. There is really an interesting student life. There are sports associations, there are cultural associations, and so on and so on. There are even specific associations in order to welcome foreign students or who take care of foreign students to make sure that they are well integrated, and so on and so on. Again, 2020, as Nicola said, it was a little bit difficult for the student associations, okay, because everything was at distance. Yeah, but in normal times, okay, there's a vibrant student life on every campus.
Let's talk now about internships and job opportunities. Stefan, how many internship periods can you complete during your studies as a student?
Yes, so if you start already after high school, then you have at least 4 compulsory internships, okay, during your curriculum. On the master levels, there are at least 2 compulsory internships, okay, and there are all kind of internships, 4 weeks internships, 6-month internships, 4-month internships, and so on and so on, in order to really make sure that students discover different areas, okay, different professional areas, and to be as how to say this, as close to the professional life.
Nicola, can you tell us what internships you already had the opportunity to do?
Yes, so last year for my fourth year, I did my 4 months engineer internship abroad. I went to Uzbekistan to do my internship. This is not a well-known country in France, but actually I did my internship in the big solar furnace of Parkant. There are only 2 big solar furnaces in the world, one in France in the Pyrenees and one in Uzbekistan. And I did my internship in Uzbekistan. I learned a lot about a technical point of view because it was an internship about astronomy. I compared different methods to calculate the sun position, and after to implement the algorithm in the computer which control or rotating mirrors. So it was very interesting. Also about a human point of view because it was really an immersive trip in Uzbek culture.
Dana, how does the school help students to find internships?
The students basically supports more students to select their internships and domain. Of course, we also have a lot of professional organizations, not professional organization, but also a lot of companies we are working with, and these companies also open opportunities for students. But basically, the students are free and encouraged to find the opportunities for internship by themselves.
Mm. And what is the place, Stefan, of international in the curriculum of EPF?
Yeah, just if you're allowed to complete, perhaps we also have a career service. Okay, so that means that there is a team, and they are training the students, international students, how to write a CV, how to write a resume, how to write an application letter, and so on. And we have a big network of alumni and so on, and again professionals coming to the school. And all of them help our students finding internships. So just to greet our colleagues from the career service, because they do a wonderful job. Then international dimension. The international dimension is a little bit in the heart, of our curriculum, because every student, all EPF students, have to go abroad at least for 1 semester. They can do it in the framework of a dual degree, they can do it in the framework of an internship, or they can do it in the framework of a student exchange.
And how many international partners do you have?
International partners, a lot. Let's say more than 250 international partners. Partner universities, partner labs, and so on and so on. So I think students have a big choice.
And is it possible to do a double degree with a partner university?
It is possible. We have about 20 dual degrees, with universities in Canada, in Spain, in Germany. We have Georgia Tech in the United States, and so on. So students, let's say, we encourage them to choose these dual degrees, because then, as Nicola did, then they get, let's say, 2 diplomas, in 2 years.
You're doing an international degree?
Not international, but this is a double degree, but in France, because there are also partnership in
with
France.
Which school?
Which Paris Observatory.
Yeah. And you went to Uzbekistan. Did you have the opportunity to go to another foreign country?
Yes, but not during my studies. But yes, I traveled a lot in different countries, and in North America, in Asia, and in Africa. But last year, yes, it was only in Uzbekistan for my internship.
And let's talk about graduation. How is it for you students when they have to find a job, Stefan? Is it easy for them? What are the different information you have about that?
Yes, let's say we analyze the situation every year, because again, we want to make sure that students find a job, especially also international students. Let's say all our students, let's say 99% of our students, they find a job quite quickly during the first 3 months after graduation. So that's a very good average. And again, we mobilize all our networks, and we help them integrate and, let's say, find a job.
And what is the average salaries after the graduation?
Depending on the different areas and sectors, because you can imagine that in some sectors the average salary is a little bit higher than others. But if you take the average salary, it's about, let's say, 36,000, 40,000 euros per year.
Okay.
The starting salary, but then
But then
hopefully increases. Okay.
And what do you want to do after you graduate, Nicola?
I would like to be a space engineer, and for example, in labs or in industry. I don't know yet, but yeah, space engineer.
And in 10 years, what do you want to do?
It's quite long, but I would like to continue to work in space domain. I really would like to go to the to Kourou, to the space port in Kourou.
And maybe go to space or not?
No, not really. Not for now.
You prefer to stay here. To conclude, I think, Stefan, that if our viewers want more information, you organize each month live stream session for the parents?
Yes. Let's say, first of all, if students want more information, then they can write to our international office, okay? Because we are more than happy to answer all emails and questions they have. We also organize live sessions. We are going, hopefully soon again after the pandemic, we go into different countries, we take part in recruitment fairs and so on and so on. And yes, we organize live sessions where students can ask all kind of, students and parents can ask all kind of questions, okay? And the live sessions, they are announced on our website, sure, okay? So students are more than welcome to take part in it. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Stefan Seiler, Nicolas Béraud, and Dana Oprisan for having been with us today. And thanks to you for watching us. See you soon on Campus France.
Thank you very much. Au revoir.
Thank you.